Hey, what's up guys? The ranked 6th player in the world has adapted Hog Rider Freeze to reach the peak of ladder. To beat all the bait decks in the meta, there's 3 spells. And to melt Royal Giants / Hog Riders and destroy any bridge spam, you're gonna have Evolve Barbarians, Lumberjack, Tesla, and Little Prince. Because of this deck's safe defense, you can play patiently waiting for your opportunities to go all out on offense. Usually in double elixir or after counter pushing, when Evolve Barbarians and Hog Rider are ranged up by a Lumberjack and you freeze on your opponent's units and their tower, they won't be able to recover from that. The Evolve Barbarians' attack speed will increase, simply shredding all their defensive units. And the Little Prince ramps up the attack speed over time too, having perfect synergy with Freeze. Stopping your opponents from attacking with Freeze while you ramp up your attack speed with built-in abilities and a rage is utterly unfair. This deck's units will become stronger over time while opponents will have to stand there and suffer. It's time to jog with our hog to the top of the leaderboards and assert dominance. This light is fallen but never forgotten. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. Lots of love to everyone supporting the channel with credit code SirTag. Yo, we got a game against the king. He finished around top 300 in the world, and I'm ready to topple him with our barbarians. So we're gonna split them in the back first play just to get to that evolution, and we see a Little Prince from our opponent. I like splitting barbarians when you have Tesla and Little Prince on defense, because if they spam a win condition at you, you're not going to get shredded, and they're not going to be able to go in for like a battle ram or a goblin giant and feel like they're going to break through. So the dude's going to have Dark Prince with Little Prince. I don't know what he's running, but we do see a lot of princes. So, okay, please don't do this to me right now. We need to go in for Freeze. Otherwise, we're going to lose our Little Prince, and I will lose my mind. But fortunately, Freeze is incredibly clutch, and not even as good as those arrows, though. Arrows shutting down the rest of the Dark Prince, being a recipe for disaster, finishing off the minions as well, and hitting the giant. So, such a harmonious defense for us. I'm looking at this, and we're orchestrating something pretty nice on offense as well, because we do have Hog Rider, and I could go Lumberjack. If you go Skeleton Army, it will just die to the Lumberjack exploding. We've done a lot of damage on the right-hand side. Giant Graveyard players are built different. They kind of ignore everything. So, we're going to go for a Hog Rider with the Lumberjack in front, and we're going to get ready to freeze, possibly. I'm going to go in for a Giant, so I can't say that was a good decision for him, because if we go and split our barbarians, we are definitely going to kill the Dark Prince, and we're going to shred the giant. I just need one barbarian to go in the right. Okay, we got 2 of them. That's even better. All right, so if we go in for a bar barrel here, we should be able to finish everything off. I love how the barbarians split up there. One of them took the shot from the Dark Prince, and then the other one was like, yeah, you know what? My brother is going to take the brute force and the brunt of the charge, and then I'm going to go and dally behind, and then I'll meet up with him after the Dark Prince has fulfilled its mission of doing double damage to one of the barbarians. So I'm glad that they both didn't get caught in the crossfire there, because that could have been pretty bad for me. All right, so we know he's running Giant Graveyard. We've seen that already. I'm not super scared. I think I can go in for another Lumberjack and then go for another Hog Rider, just because it doesn't seem like he has a good response to this. So why not just keep running it back? Also, if we freeze, I wonder if we can kill the entire giant, take the tower, and force out a ton of more elixir. That's exactly what's happening. And we can go in for Barbarian Surround, go for arrows, and then Barbarrel afterward. That was beautiful. Actually insanely good for us. And the better thing is we can go Little Prince, and when he clicks the ability, we can Barbarrel afterward. Because Little Prince is going to die, and we don't even have to waste our ability. So that's nice. I do want to see if our Little Prince survives. Oh, no. Wait, that would have been nice if it stayed alive, because then we would have been able to stop any counter-pushing stuff in the right. You know what? This game's over. It's way too easy when you're defending with Evo Barbs and Freeze.
A few moments later.
This last-ditch effort is not going to work out for our homie. I can go for Barbarians as he blasts everything back with the snowball, and he literally accomplishes 0 damage there besides spell damage. If Giant Graveyard gets shut down that definitively, you already know this deck is disgusting on defense. So if you're sick of losing the low-skill strategies like Giant Graveyard, this is definitely the deck for you. And after sending Giant Graveyard to the Shadow Realm, we've pushed up to 1,515 in the world. 1515, baby, let's go. New achievement unlocked. Yo, it's time to school student with our Hog Rider Freeze deck. So I'm gonna go for Hog Rider right out of the jump, and I don't think that this freeze is phenomenal because we don't know what else he's going to have. We see a Musketeer and Skeletons. So there's a chance that he could be playing a Balloon deck. And if I decide to go all in at the start and we waste a lot of elixir and he balloons me, I lose the game. So I'm not about that life. We'll take the free Hog Rider hit and we'll see what else this guy's going to have cooking. I'm going to click the ability here. I think knocking this back instead of dropping a Tesla is going to be a bit better for us, because we shouldn't be too discouraged by the situation. If he gets a Hog Rider hit, we'll get a lot more counter push with the Little Prince. And unfortunately, he's going to have Cannon. I could have went for a Tesla and fully countered everything, but when we're running Hog Rider Freeze, I'm always more ambitious with my plays. Look at that. Little Prince. No way. Let's freaking go. That's unreal. That is ridiculous damage for 3 elixir. Yep. It's nice. It's cool. It's overpowered. You already know. It's basically a ground Inferno Dragon for 3 elixir. We like those. The Barbril clutch up against the skeletons too. We're zooming out here. So, because we know our opponent's going to have a Hog Rider deck, it's important that we use our Tesla instead of our Barbarians because we're probably going to get Fireballed if we drop our Barbs. So we don't want to be too predictable. Ideally, we are going to go in for Barbarians when we don't get finessed like that. Ooh, okay. What if we do this and then freeze and then go in for a Lumberjack so then you don't Fireball me? I think that was the best avenue that we could have possibly explored, and it worked out wonderfully. Yeah, he's going to be able to get some damage on our tower, but we're not going to lose to the Evolved Skeleton's cheese. I hate losing to that thing. Oh, the Lumberjack was going to go and pour in the rage towards the tower, and our opponent didn't want to deal with that either. So instead, he's going to go Skeletons and pull him back. All right. Well, if we go for the Evolved Barbarians, we are able to clap on top of the Musketeer, force out a Fireball most likely. I would be surprised if he didn't. Yeah, you know what? We're going to Arrows, and we might be able to hit the Spirit. We're going to get the Fire Spirit as well. Or not the Fire Spirit, hit the Ice Spirit. But when he Fireballed, it turned into a Fire Spirit. At least in my commentary, not in real life. If only. That would have been funny. Anyway, he doesn't have any way of breaking through a Tesla, so we can just drop that. Also, are we going to Arrow Cycle this man with Freeze? Is that even a remote possibility? I've never seen that before. Anyway, he's going head first right into Barbarian, so this is not working out wonderfully for him. Wait, he misses the Barbs with the Fireball. Wait, I'm telling you, we have a huge chance here. I'm going to Freeze and try to break through with this Hog Rider because I don't even care about getting the arrow damage on the tower. If I can just clap the tower with our Hog Hammer, we're going to whisk this win away easily. And if he decides to go for a Hog Rider, it's going to get shut down by our Tesla, our Evolved Barbs, and our Little Prince. I guess Student didn't have to get taught that lesson. He didn't even try to go in on offense there. He knew it was going to get shut down, and he was destined for doom. If y'all are students of the game, you probably just learned how overpowered Little Prince is with Freeze. I know I certainly didn't expect it to pop off that hard. Hey, yo, we got a game against Francis. This guy is a thinking goblin, sir. And I think he's going to be stuck in a pensive state of mind while we pummel the tower with our spam. That's generally how this deck works. You spam all sides, all angles, and when you find a potential freeze target, you lay it down and assert the dominance and take the win. I'm going to go Barbarians, and generally, freezing in single elixir is a bad strategy unless you can guarantee that you're going to get a lot of value, because it costs a lot of elixir, and if you don't kill units with the freeze units that you're freezing with, like if you're going to go in for Evo Barbs, it's fine, but if you're going for a Hog Rider and you're freezing with a Hog Rider, the Hog Rider is not going to kill the units that the opponent's using on defense. So then their counter-pushing stuff might kill you because the freeze is also not dealing damage to their units either. So you have to deal with everything else on the counter-push. So in double elixir, you have more elixir to deal with their stuff, and it's fine. It's not fine, however, when... Oh, wow, I thought that was going to go towards my tower. I didn't think the Tesla was going to pop up. I had no faith in the Tesla. We tested our Tesla, and it proved to be powerful. But, yeah, I like dropping freeze with Evo Barbs in single elixir or Little Prince, but I hate dropping it with Hog Rider unless I feel really comfortable on defense and I have Barbs in my hand, and I feel like I can surprise my opponent. Anyway, we know that our opponent is definitely going to be running Fireball in this deck. It is likely going to be a Balloon. I think it's Balloon Miner. So I'm just going to go and cycle this and see what we can do. Maybe we can cook a little bit on both sides. All right. I hope the Mega Minion crosses the river. That would be awesome. We're going to go for a Hog Rider Lumberjack on the right with 2 Evo Barbs. I think this might take out his tower if he's not prepared for it. Yeah, let's go for a freeze because we're going to be able to reset the Inferno Dragon. Sure, we're not going to get Monumentous value, but I think that the counter push just gets deleted by a Little Prince. I've been wrong before, but hopefully not now. Yeah, I think we're okay. Should take some damage, but as long as he doesn't freeze... Oh, no. Oh, no. That's scary. That was a lot more damage than I thought. And the Inferno Dragon was heating up towards my tower, too. Like, everything was spooky. You know what? Not a huge fan of how this is going right now. Guy played really well. Seriously, well played, man. You deserve that damage, and you earned it. We do have Tesla, so we should shut down any balloon. I'm going to Lumberjack in front because he's probably going to drop his miner there. And we do make a good play. We're going to get counter-pushing Barbarians on the left that are kind of like scuffed Barbarians that are raged up. It's not necessarily Elite Barbarians. It's not really Evolved Barbarians, but they're Barbarians. They do stuff. What if we just freeze on all the units? Does that work? Can the Hog Rider get damage? I think so. It's decent. It's not great. It's going to be 2 hits, though. All right, he's going to balloon, as expected. Let's go in for our Barbarians, catch the miner. He's not going to have as much elixir to Fireball because he just dropped all of his stuff. I think that we're fine if we arrows, and then we can kill the balloon. And then the Knight isn't going to be that big of a problem. I don't love our spot, though. I think I have to go in for a Hog Rider or pull the Inferno Dragon. Otherwise, we're definitely dead. Then we can go in for our Tesla here, and then I think we can freeze. Yeah, we have to freeze. With 2 seconds remaining, we win. We're good. We're good. We're good. Whew, that was a close game. I was dialed in on defense, and I didn't know if I was going to win because we saw so much stuff coming at me. I was like, oh, wait, 2 seconds? We're chilling. And we didn't even have to chill with the freeze at the end, so we had a few more seconds on the clock if we needed it. And after clocking that balloon player down, we've pushed up to 1,200 in the world. This Hound player finished top 400 in the world. So we'll see if he's going to be playing Hound. Showed it in the banner, so I expect it. I'm going to go Barbarian, and we want to go in for our... Ooh, I'm going to go Barbarians to the right-hand side. I might just save my little prince in case he's going to go and blast me with a Hound. Okay, amazing Lumberjack, because if it dies, it still splashes onto the minions, and I clean up everything on defense. Also, I'm not a huge fan of our Barbarians playing Line Leader in the right-hand side. If you're not in kindergarten anymore, stop doing that. It takes so much longer, and it's worse because you're all getting destroyed one at a time by the tower, instead of building up a bigger push, like as a football squad, or like recruits charging all in a horizontal line. It's way better when that happens. Okay, Barbarians are out of cycles, so I'm going to go for a Hog Rider on the left-hand side, and then we can maybe release the Guardian. I think I'm going to release the Guardian here. I just don't want the Little Prince to cross the river and cause me to lose the game. Also, let's go for arrows on the minions to force that extra elixir, and they're not going to be able to go and kill the Guardian or the Little Prince. I'm going to snowball to reset the Little Prince and also push it into the tower range. Wait, this guy is really good at the game. That was such a smart play. Most people are not at that skill level. I'm really surprised he was good enough to do that. Pushing that into the tower meant that he didn't have to spend any elixir to finish off the Little Prince, so he could power through with an even more aggressive offense. You know what? I think we can do this, and then we can go in for a Hog Rider freeze on your Barbarians. You probably lose. This might be a win right now. If he doesn't have Fireball, you can't stop this. Even if you go for a Skeleton Army, Evolved Barbarians work as a concept of attacking faster. So each attack, their attack speed increases. It doesn't matter if you have more units. My Evo Barbs have been practicing. They've been training their entire lives for this moment. And their attack speed reached an all-time high to drag you down to the lowest possible point. And now, with a minute left, I just have to defend, which is easier said than done because it's got a Hound and my tower's at 1,000 HP. So I think I still might lose our tower here. I think I definitely lose my tower here. So let's go arrows and have the Lumberjack freeze and then maybe just take his entire tower when he goes Skeleton Army. We'll see. I bet you these Skeleton Armies, and we have to... yeah, let's just freeze on this again. And let's go for Little Prince. I'm trying to play as aggressive as I possibly can so I don't have to defend. We're delaying that defense. We're procrastinating our homework. And we do not want to go home empty-handed with a loss. Okay? So this is decent. We might just go in with this, like Hog Rider Evo Barbs. I've never done this before as like a win condition in the middle. But I really hope it works. I want it to work so bad. Okay? How is he planning on taking out my tower on the other side? I'm actually wondering right now. Oh, is he not trying to? All right, we're going to Tesla directly on the balloon. We're going to Barbarian here. We're going to freeze on the balloon. And he's not going to take the tower. He can't mine her. Does he have rocket? Like, I'm so confused on what's happening. Oh, his plan was to go big or go home. Because if he took the left-hand tower from full, he would have only had a 600 HP tower on the right to take after. He decided to make the biggest and boldest play ever and risk everything. Luckily, our freeze stopped his gigantic push in its tracks, throwing his risky play right into the depths of despair. This guy is a top 500 player, finishing 471 in the world. Titan's might. Well, hopefully, you might not have an answer to this Hog Rider. So I'm going to go for freeze depending on what he does. Zappies? Ooh, I really don't want to freeze, but I do want to freeze. You feel me? I'm going to do it just because I'm going to try to get some extra damage and cheese him because he's expecting the Zappies to kill. And then he's just looking at it and is like, wait, that's a lot more damage than I wanted. I spent way more elixir as well, but I think it's okay for us. If I drop our Barbarians, is it smart or is it better to go Barbarian? Barbarian is better because it's just going to be 2 elixir and it's a complete cleanup. And I can save my Barbarians and go Little Prince on the other side. So we can go for our Little Prince here. We can go for Barbarians in the middle if we want, depending on what he decides to do. Yeah, let's go Barbarians in the middle, and then let's go for a Lumberjack on the other side. I think that it's better for us to play like this because we are going to be able to kill the rest of the recruits on the left with our Little Prince, and we're popping off with a Lumberjack counter push, possibly with a Hog Rider, or we can drop our Little Prince ability on the left-hand side too. I think he's expecting the Little Prince ability, but maybe still not prepared for it because there's so much stuff flowing through in the right that he's not necessarily going to have enough elixir. So that's good. Yeah, Little Prince allows us to lock on the tower with the Guardian. We vibe with that. Also, he does get a tremendous amount of pigs, but it's not that bad. I think it's okay for us to Tesla and then Barbarian if we need to. I don't want to Barbarian, but I want to cycle to a reasonable counter to the Royal Giant if he's going to drop an RG. And I don't think he's expecting us to be back to evolve barbarians that fast, because our deck is speedrunning the fast cycle out here. We have 5 elixir. We're able to shut down any bridge spam that he drops. Sometimes we see Royal Giant with this, but I guess it's just Royal Hogs. I don't know why. You know what? Has this ever happened to y'all? Like, you play against Royal Giant or some weird card combination once, and then you have it stuck in your head. Like, I played against Recruits, Royal Giant, one time, and now I realize that that's probably never going to happen again. The guy messed with my mental so hard playing that deck. What a memer. All right, so we're going to go for a freeze, and then we're going to go in for a lumberjack, and I think we're totally fine here. I don't love the fact that he's going to be able to get a lot of damage with the fly machine, but it is what it is. We're going to have the lumberjack clean up the rest of the pigs, and it will splash onto the fly machine too with the rage, right? Please? Yeah, a little bit of damage. Nice. All right, so we can eat the fisherman. It's not going to matter that much. I'd rather go for arrows and freeze and win the game. Please let me win this game. Yes, sir. That's going to be 2 slaps, and that's tower down. So as long as we're able to defend this recruits push, we win. I don't know if I can. I think I can, though. We're going to barbell on the left. We'll click the ability on the right. And I think this is good. I think we're chilling. I don't know how hard we're chilling, but I think we are chilling right now. Especially with the Guardian tanking for the Tesla. Oh, yes. That Tesla is ready to test our opponent. Fly Machine should be dead. And I also have freeze on defense against his Royal Hogs that he's inevitably going to drop. And then the Barbarians are still in proximity to the piggies. You thought you could leave this prison? Not today, sir. Oh, wait. We got to stop the fly machine from walking on my tower. This is actually a slightly scary situation. Fireball's coming down, 200 HP in our tower, and we run away with murder. My man will never evolve to Lightning Thief status. Hammer the like button if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe for more daily content, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.